It was a wet gray week, but it's time to inspect the bees. This was our first visit back to the hives since we installed them last week. We looked at Cleo first. We gave the hive a little bit of smoke. Hadn't really drank all that much of the sugar water.
Should I be over there? Yes. Okay, I didn't know if we were working side by side or... Do you want me to grab her? Yeah, the problem, Badger, is my arms are not long enough to not do it from the front.
Not much of the pollen cake had been eaten either. We put the mule bar on and took out the blank frames that we had put in last week to get closer to the brood nest to see what might be going on. There was a little bit drawn on the blank frame, which is a good sign.
Last week that was totally bare, now they're drawing out the cones.
Pick up the frame, pick it up.
There were lots of stores in the hive. Nectar, sugar water, pollen. Not much brood though. We did find 5 queen cells, which I removed. Having second thoughts about that.
Holy crap.
Queen Cleo was leaving quite a spotty brood pattern. Not a good sign. Might indicate that the queen cells were there to supersede her, that the bees felt that she wasn't doing her job. We didn't see her in there, though she probably was, because the hive itself was rather quiet. When a hive goes queenless, they get a little noisy, and despite the inclement weather, they were well behaved. We're going to have to come back to Cleo in a few days and take a real careful look at some of these frames. See if there's any eggs in there. If there's eggs in there, then Cleo's in there. And if they've started to raise superseed cells, it might be time to let the bees do what the bees do and supersede their queen. We buttoned Cleo up and headed over to Coco. Coco was a whole different story. It was night and day. The pollen cake was gone. We would have to put another pollen cake on before we left. And she was already on her 3rd jug of sugar water. Brood was all over the place. In fact, it was really packed in the 5 original frames. And 2 of the frames that were on the outside of the hive already had a little bit of work being done to them as far as drawing out of the comb. Lisa removed some of the burr comb that was sticking the lid on. But my, what a beautiful brood pattern. We really won't have to look at Coco for probably another 2 weeks. There wasn't a single queen cell in there, so the bees are very, very happy with what she's doing. About then, the rain started, so we needed to finish up what we were doing. Luckily, we had seen everything we needed to see. Coco was doing great, and Cleo we'd have to come back to later. With a fresh pollen cake on, we closed the hive back up. Stay tuned at the end for a special tribute to one of our photographers, the bee's son, Jake.
The bee following me! Ah! I'm running into the house. Ah!